Our next question we have is Gabriella. You'll have to unmute yourself.
Hi everyone, and thank you so much, Henry, for a really thought-provoking talk. I'd love to explore a little bit more the theme of dreams and what they mean in life and in the daytime life, and when we're sleeping and when we die. So could you elaborate a little bit more? And I'd also maybe love to hear from other people in the group of how they've sometimes felt, like I personally have sometimes had dreams and they've felt so real, and it's made me think about like all of the senses and what that actually means. And does it actually mean that life is the dream, that the daytime is the dream, that death is the dream, and when we dream at night, is that another dimension? So I mean, it's a big question.
Yeah. There's a number of questions in there. And, you know, I know yesterday I was listening to the talks, and there was some discussion about this and about dreams and the dream state and what the dream state means in terms of the reality of life. And I think we have to be careful, at least from my perspective, and this is personal, we have to be careful about this. When we say life is just a dream, that's true and not true at the same time. It's quite evident that there's a body here, right? There is a phenomenal level in which we experience reality, but that's not the whole of what we experience and what's there. And so when we speak about life being a dream, it's not like in the Matrix, right, where we're some kind of blob of being connected to this network, and that everything we experience is just a total fantasy that is pumped into our brains. So it's not like that, but there is a sense from my perspective and my belief that while there is this reality, this very physical plane, there is another kind of dimension to this experience, so that we are, in fact, everything at the same time. We are a oneness that means that our dream of separateness or idea of separateness and independence is not real, ultimately.
So I have
It's real on a phenomenal level, but not on an absolute level. And I think the dreams we experience in sleep can be very enlightening about aspects of our life. There are powerful dreams. There are dreams that I think have less meaning, and then there are dreams that have a great deal of deep meaning. And we should pay attention to the dreams that have that deep meaning, that speak to us on a deeper level and may give us information about our lives and how we're living our lives. And that can be very helpful. And in some cases, dreams can be quite profound. I don't know about dreams when we die, because I haven't yet done that. And so I can't say what that is really like. And if, in fact, a person is dreaming as they die. But I can tell you that because of all the experiences I've had with dying, I think we die in different ways. I think some people die very quickly, like in an instant. And then there are people who die gradually over time and may actually be leaving their body and partly in their body and partly out of their body. And there's this energy that I have very directly felt and I have experienced physically. And so I believe very strongly in this sense of the energy of the human being leaving the body. But again, there's no separateness from that energy and from the body and from what it means to be alive and living and what it means to be dead. Because ultimately, there is no living, there is no dying. It's all this oneness. We our language confuses us. Our language causes us to see things in separateness, but that's not the nature ultimately of how things are.
Yeah,
I tried to answer the question.
No, that was really excellent. Thank you. So is your idea basically that it's a continuum, even though we see it in this kind of this 3D, we have this 3D approach to it, but it's more or less a continuum, even though it's a mystery?
So I'm a little concerned about the word continuum, and I think we're always part of everything at the same time, so that all of history is right here. All of the future is right here. All of being and all of the beings that exist and have existed and will exist are right here in this moment.
So you mentioned like the energy kind of leaving or partially leaving at times. So I'm just wondering what you actually felt, if it's even possible to put that into words. Maybe it isn't.
Well, I felt it at a very physical level. It actually felt like, and I don't know what to say to describe that, but I have felt an energy actually pass through my body when someone has died. And as I may have been holding their hand or had my hand resting on their arm, and I have very physically felt this rush of energy through my body. And I don't know how else to speak of that.
Thank you so much.